By the way, Fandango, you found a way to make this the laziest interview
Sorry.
of all time. Let's get them to do, how's the child labor going as well while you're at it? What if I told you imaginary friends are real? And when their kids grow up, they're forgotten.
Are any of them scary?
Worse. Desperate.
What makes for a truly great friend?
Whoa.
I think
you up at the
someone,
airport.
someone who is honest and someone who you share a sense of humor with, someone you can laugh and cry with and respect.
I like that.
Good
too.
Lord.
You know,
That's the...
in 2024, though, my gauge is weird for that. It's been, if you're going through somebody who calls you. I know that's seems like a simple thing, but somebody who doesn't text, doesn't email, they pick up the phone and they call you.
Yeah.
And, hey, I heard you. I think that's like a real, I find that very emotional. I don't know.
What do you think?
I mean, geez, I don't want to answer now. They just took the words out my mouth.
Okay, good.
John, what do you think?
What makes a good friend? Yeah, someone who understands you completely. You know what I mean? That already knows where you're headed when you just from the look on your face. And they say, you okay? And then you go, yeah. And you lie to them to their face and they go, let's talk about it. And you go, okay, let's talk about
It
it.
could also be someone who texts you just the most thoughtful, beautiful message about the film that you wrote and directed. And then, that person doesn't get back to you, I don't know, for like 24 hours before they even bother to read the text. And then they write K.
Yeah, which is you, by the way. That
So.
No, he was.
Don't
more-
out me.
got
Don't
more
out
than
me.
K.
Okay.
But,
Come on,
yeah.
next.
Harsh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is your favorite imaginary friend and if?
I would say Blue. It's mine. What?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
They're selfless and then they're selfish.
Yeah.
Well, right. For
I'm
me,
ish.
it was Keith, and I'll tell you why. Because I respect and love restraint. I feel like
Yeah, it's
Keith
just-
being invisible and never speaking was restrained, and by far the most affordable actor in the film.
He disappeared in the
You,
role.
Carell.
See what I mean? Dad jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have to say, honestly, Blue as well, because seeing him hug you in the movie is my favorite thing, and I wish I could get hugged by him all the time.
Yeah. I'm not going to ever get used to it. I'm not doing
Seeing Cailey
well.
lifted into the air.
Oh my God.
I remember that
I've
day
ever seen
because I
in my life.
remember they put a, you know what?
Yeah.
I just got hugged.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. I can't pick a favorite if. I have a new favorite every time I watch it, but something's so special about Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just.
When he
You
hugs
said
you, you
Lewis.
just disappear.
I know, but it's like.
It's changing.
I don't know.
Well, I was just kidding. So now I feel bad.
No,
No.
you shouldn't.
No,
Like-
nobody
But
saw.
it's just, I don't know.
You don't have a track record of comedy, so no one knew.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
No,
I don't know. It's hard to
absolutely.
pick. I can't.
Yeah.
It's
Ryan Cailey, what was it like for you shooting your scenes with imaginary friends?
For me, it was a little abusive, John. I mean, I was beaten.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we've been
True.
talking about you.
Yeah, yeah.
John would come up with like the most crazy stuff. I would say another word, but I guess this is not the time.
Mhm.
And he would just come and beat me senseless, like I owed him money or something.
I loved it.
With all these, the
I got to watch.
poke and dagger, and I just
Oh,
get
I got a
smacked
dose
around,
of that too.
beats me about the buttocks, kicks me out of the room, and then didn't like it.
About the buttocks.
About the buttocks.
About the buttocks.
Yeah.
Around.
John, how did you craft these imaginary characters, and did you have actors in mind when creating them?
I sure did. Someone different, and then you said yes.
Oh.
But no, that's not true.
It's okay.
No, when I started the movie, I had you in mind for Blue, and I was genuinely nervous to ask you because you're a busy guy, and you had a lot going
I
on.
remember you telling me.
Yeah, I said, I really want Steve to do it. And I will say, not just because we're on camera together, I wrote Blue based on you. You're the sweetest, nicest, you're a great hugger, you're very funny,
Yep.
you're emotionally open and available, and I love you.
Oh my, wow. All right. I'll take it.
I would do anything for Steve Carell before I even met him.
That's true.
I'm not kidding. Like that is true.
Your brain exploded when you met Steve.
Oh, it was done. It was hug. I hope that was okay because
Of course.
It was just, I can't.
I'd give him one of my daughter's kidneys, even if he didn't need one.
I'm
Just
so
to have.
glad I'm here. This is really sweet.
Yeah. Steve, when did you first see how your imaginary friend would look and how did it look to you?
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Well, and I said immediately yes to John, obviously. But yeah, I got to take a good hard look at him early on. And that informed so much of what he was going to sound like as well, because I can't imagine him sounding any other way than how he did.
I remember you had the greatest note. You looked at him and you went, okay. And I said, let's just jump in. And you went, okay. So he's a lab. Like he's a lab puppy. And I went, yes, exactly.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Like a lab or a golden retriever. Just so earnest.
So excited. Just so happy to be there.
So excited.
The Imaginary Friends and If have a group therapy session. What cartoon character do you think should join their meeting?
Cartoon
I think
character?
Bugs Bunny could use some help. Yeah. I mean, he's a complex guy. He's got a lot of issues, so I think
he looks like he's in control, but he's not in control.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. I was going to say Wile E. Coyote because that dude, someone needs to hug him.
Yes,
Really
that's
cracking
true.
open the acting catalog here, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Elmer
Warner
Fudd.
Brothers is thrilled.
Elmer Fudd needs some help, right?
I think
He's like a very short Charleston Heston. Just
Yeah.
That's really good. By the way, yesterday I was doing a Daffy Duck impression. This is now just a full Warner Brothers interview, but I was telling my daughter that my favorite thing is when Daffy Duck's beak blows off.
Oh,
goes around the back.
Yeah, it goes around the back. I was like, that's the funniest joke I've ever seen in my life, and she loves Daffy Duck.
And dark.
And dark.
Very dark.
For all of you, what was your favorite day on set?
I had a lot of favorite days. They just kept getting better. I loved the dance. I loved interviews. Anytime we were in Coney Island, I loved it.
Yep, that was pretty great.
It was very magical.
You got to ride the Wonder Wheel, which terrified you.
It was horrible, but it was so good at the same time. It was so scary because it was like creaking.
Yeah.
But it was magical. But also like I was ready to get off. But also it was awesome. So I'm glad I got to do it.
But also horrible.
Magically horrifying.
Wow, wow, that's amazing.
It's just I don't know. I can't pick a favorite day.
My favorite. I know my favorite was really that hallway sequence.
Oh my God.
For a few reasons. One, I loved interacting with John, just beating me senseless with, just like one of my favorite all time. You come in, then I'm going to come in, just like, so.
That was a really good impression.
All of these sounds, but at the same time, I know exactly what you're talking about, which is such
only direct and sound
crazy
effects.
gift. But also, I loved falling over Keith, the
I
imaginary
loved that.
So good.
friend who was only because I'm in so much pain from doing all these dumb stunts over the years. So like being able to do that still, I was like, oh, I can still do some stuff. Like I felt useful again. So I really enjoyed that, and I loved all the imaginative kind of like the wall was yanking me.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was just it was all mime and clown work, which I love. So.
But I also will
And
say
the wall.
everybody's been asking about inner childs and stuff like that. I said, I got to meet Ryan's inner child because of how quickly he said yes to things. I'd be like, and then this wall's gonna fall down, that'll be a bakery. And then the next one's a dragon to breathe fire on you. And Ryan would just go, okay.
Yeah, good.
And just
Great.
go straight.
Let's
Like
go.
he just got it. He was like, yeah, okay.
You're just
sure.
describing Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. John, what's more difficult, making a horror film or a family movie?
Wow, that's really, whoa. What if they're both family movies?
Yeah, they kind of are though.
Yeah. I will say making this movie was more difficult logistically because it was a completely separate movie. I made a separate movie with you guys and then sort of got to do all this amazing VO, and then they created at Frame Story these incredible characters. But weirdly, putting them together was wildly difficult because none of you guys were on set together. So all your intonations and rhythms and stuff, you had to kind of find it in the edit, and it's actually very exciting, but very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
For me, making horror movies are harder because like when something jumps out and you have to be scared, like as an actor, I get really scared. And so it's not even acting. And I spend the whole day going, oh, my heart. But yeah, I don't have a heart condition, but.
I thought you were going to say I don't have a heart. Yeah.
So yeah, horror.
Okay, horror.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, that reminds me of that day that we did the hallway. Do you remember Fireball?
Oh yeah.
And I don't even think my face made it in that part.
No, you were laughing very, very
It was
hard.
bad. There's a
He did remember when Goofy used to fall off in the skiing, he'd jump off and he'd go, yeah! Ryan did his version of it, and I laughed so hard. It was incredible.